So in the UK and somewhat worldwide, we're kind of winding down from the lockdown, kind of going back out into the world. Hairdressers, barbers are open. Hopefully this doesn't age terribly and we go back in. But yeah, hopefully the worst is behind us. What's the mood out there? What's our lockdown experience been like so far?
Well, I'm in the heart of the Balkans, so here it's not over. It's actually it has re-intensified a bit. So the mood, I don't know. I mean, some people I think that are cured even without attracting it in the first place. So it depends on from a person to person, in my opinion. Sometimes, the panic can aggravate stuff. So
yeah, the more panic over there. LJ, how you feeling over there?
It's quite good now at home, both my mum and my brother have had their first jabs, so they're safe. It's just kind of little old me. Can't really go out and see the mates much because you kind of have to be outside and everything. But I'm desperately trying to get one of those jabs for the under-30s. I didn't. They said recently, was it the Moderna or the Pfizer jab? They're trying to give to everyone under 30 because its shelf life is shorter than the other one. So
yeah.
But other than that, it's kind of been a bit of same old, really. Like there's just a bit more glimmer of hope. It's like the light of the tunnel is a bit closer than it was.
Yeah, nice. And Emma, how's your lockdown adventure been?
It's definitely been an adventure. I think I've been lucky because I've obviously worked full time the whole way through. So, living on my own, I think a big fear that I had was like, oh my gosh, if I don't have any work, then I'm going to go crazy. So I think that's really helped with, being at home a lot. It's kind of kept my mind occupied. I also think it's been a nice opportunity to learn some new skills that you wouldn't really have the time to do before, because I guess you're kind of always socializing or you've got plans in the diary. So I guess it's been a nice opportunity to fill that kind of spare time in the evenings and the weekends to try and to do something a bit different. I learned how to hula hoop, for example. It's really random, but I just thought, why not? Like I saw somebody doing it in the park. I was like, that's really cool. And just brush up on some other skills. So yeah, that's been enjoyable for me, but it's definitely, I think it's been a long road. I think everyone's a bit tired now, and it's nice to see that we've hit our first timeline, because that gives you quite a lot of hope for obviously the rest of the phases that are yet to come. So yeah, I'm feeling pretty good now.
Yeah, nice. Sounds positive. ZaZa, any hula hooping in your life? What have you been doing through lockdown?
No hula hooping. I actually have a fitness hoop somewhere, but no, I haven't managed to break it out. But I've actually started cycling again, and just seeing how far I can go, how often I can do it, and that's been really nice. Just to, hopefully lose some weight, but also just clear my mind and save some petrol.
You cycle outside then?
Yeah. So
not like a sit still one or a Peloton thing.
No, I couldn't take that. No, I'm cycling like central London and round and about, and just get some exercise in.
Nice. Any other new things? So any other new skills or new habits developed out there during lockdown?
Yeah, I'm not very good at it yet, but I have been teaching I've been teaching myself Adobe Illustrator and Photoshop. I've been wanting to do photos better. I've always sucked at photos, so photos getting better is a good thing. But I also started teaching myself Cinema 4D, which is like a 3D special effects software, and it was a lot to take in, but after a bit of work and fiddling with all the models they got in there, essentially you can do what the people do for like the Marvel films and everything. If you've got enough time and enough patience, you can sit there and you can make a building explode or whatever you want, essentially.
Yeah, and that feels like it's been the biggest gift, that time factor. Like my keyboard skills are massively improved as well. I got a notification today saying, because it's funny, because it's like we just post when we first went into lockdown, right? So it's like I signed up for this like tutorial to teach you keyboard, and they just sent me the alert today. Do you want to renew for another year? I'm like, yeah, maybe. Like, I think I might run with it. Has anyone noticed anything about themselves in terms of their personality? There's a world out there full of introverts and extroverts, and I think how we cope through lockdown definitely made us aware of which one we are. Is anyone able to position themselves into one of those boxes?
I have always been like, according to some personality tests, I've always been like an introvert, but I always like struggled. I wanted, there's also a FOMO. It's like a fear of missing out. So I've always been trying to like fit in more and more and more, try to never miss out things. And this lockdown just like helped me like begin to be myself for real and to not feel guilty about, not attending in somewhere or, not being part of something, because no one is actually, right? Everyone is locked in home. So and yeah, it helped me a lot actually, like tap into my creativity that I always wanted to do. So whether it comes to exercise, physical workout or anything, I just like poured myself into like creativity and to finding creative ways to do it because I love doing that. But as I said, because we were all locked, so
yeah,
it was like online classes, or you just like simply you just dive into your own. As an introvert, it helped me see, because I was also watching, and I'm watching TikTok during, so, and they always said like, oh no, like for introverts nothing has changed because but for me it's like, yeah, that's true, but on the other hand, I always tried to be an extrovert. That is like the value in my society, for example, to be like an emotionally open person. But and this helped me like to not feel like guilty, as I said, and to actually tap into my introvert and just like be more and more expressive. So I've never had better expression in art like I have this last year and a half. Not only that, the panic and every negative emotion that came with the pandemic, that it helped me like process it and just like try to find inspiration, but also because I found some positive as well.
That's right. I definitely feel like introverts are winning right now. LJ, you said Adobe, Marvel, and Illustrator in the same sentence. I'm assuming introvert over there.
You'd be surprised, I feel like it's been like a kind of a reflective time, really, because I know it's kind of like the first time, at least in my life, that everything's stopped. Like everything you had going, you always got lots of things going on that overlap each other. And it's like one of the first few times in my life, and I think a lot of people's, where it's all just gone, and you kind of go, well, what are you doing? Mm-hmm. And I don't know, for me, it's been a bit like, oh, get yourself in order. Like I don't know, particularly as you've got a lot of time alone and things like that, you're aware of your routine and your habits and your bad habits more and more and more. And for me, I think it's been a bit of a like, that's something really stupid that you do all the time that you could just stop doing. And it's like, let's do that.
Yeah. Where would you position yourself if you had to then? Extrovert or introvert?
I've definitely felt not having people around. Like I'm lucky in a way that I've had a friend who was vulnerable, and he was like, I want you to be my one friend that I can see. So I've always had him to kind of go and speak to and everything.